Welcome guys, another Sunday on our lovely Fireside. Hope you all have a good and wonderful weekend. Did you touch some grass? Did you went away from the charts? It's always good to step down a little bit and to have fun around it. The charts will be here forever. So yeah, take time for yourself, and yeah, it's always good to come back with fresh mind and point of view, and you might trade it even differently. But anyway, we have some interesting things to go by for the next week, and I think it's gonna be yeah, quite nice actually to trade for a while, and maybe we'll see a better direction. Hopefully, eventually. Let's see how that's gonna be. So far, I want to go by some different things to begin, just to prepare ourselves for the next week. I hope you all can see it. Yes, that's fine, okay. So on the lower time frame, we're still building quite of liquidity on the both sides. That's fine. That means we might have a nice range as well. I don't mind to trade a range, that's good as well. But if we're gonna see any direction, then that's gonna be all even better actually. But so far, yeah, till 98.5, we stack quite a big pocket of liquidity what we can grab. Yes, on the lower side as well, but the upside is a little bit more appealing for us right now. So I will not mind to go even higher from here. I will go by that later as well on the charts. Then on the weekly, and now the things start to change a little bit on the high time frame. Then you see that the lowest on the lower side we start to stack a little bit more below the 93, and still, yeah, the 100k it's on the table kind of ish till we're not gonna break lower than what we are right now. I will go by that as well a little bit later, but so far I want to have a look on the high time frame because that's getting a little bit thicker. And like I said, yes, 100k is still on the table. We might wick into it, grab the rest, because higher than that there is not much to stack, and it's not showing much that we might go higher. So far 100k it's the line to see first. And what we have over here, lower price action, is quite getting thicker and thicker by the day. So it's really interesting. I don't say we might go that low to 75, but definitely 85 is on the table, because that liquidity, boy oh boy, if you're gonna bounce from it, then yes, we might go and finally go to 110 or 105k price action again. So there is still some things to do, and yeah, we can go sideways for a while, just to grind a little bit more and to grab the top liquidity or the downside. Depends. Let's see how that's gonna play out. Yes, it is weekend, so that might be not even updated that accurate, but still I wanted to go by just to prepare ourselves for the next week, same as we did it over here. We grabbed the liquidity and even we went higher, so we grabbed that one. We still can go and grab the higher price action, right? So that's one. Then the heat map. Eventually we have some bits stacked already quite nicely. It's holding the price action. If you see those kind of like richly perfect stagnation of liquidity, then they're holding price action in kind of on the place. So that means ranging a little bit. So we might bounce from those both stacks. If we're gonna gain anything higher, then yeah, I will assume that we first go by 96.5, and then we will go higher to 97, of course, to grab everything. Because still on the lower downside of the price action, there's not much. Yeah, there are some bits, but it's not much. So in this kind of formation, I mean, for me, it's quite clear that we might range it for a while, a couple days. And as well, it depends how the weekly open's gonna be. So that's that. Let's go by the charts right now. I'm gonna put it on the side. Just want to have a look on that one. Then Bitcoin on the weekly. We went a little bit higher. from the open, from the new weekly open. We went literally to 97.8, all fine. But now we find some retracement, and that's all good. Some pullback, that's a quite small pullback. That's all fine, that's all good, till we're not gonna close anything below the 93.72. That's literally the flip. If you want to go lower, holding that, then yeah, we carry on. That means that we might even do something like this range, right, and then go to the next resistance, and then we might see any kind of pullback from it. So far, this that's the line what you want to keep an eye. That's the point of interest, and that's the only on the higher time frame what you want to see right now, flip or hold. There's nothing else to mention about it. That the daily, we see finally some pullback on the daily from the high. We didn't go that high to gain anything above the 98. Sorry, 98. We didn't get close to it. So far, we see some weakness in it. That doesn't mean that we will go and have a really big retracement to the 80s or whatever. No, it doesn't mean anything. This is just a local pullback. Technically, we didn't break anything yet on the high time frame. That's gonna be only when we're gonna close anything below the 93.7, like I mentioned on the weekly. That's the high time frame close. That's gonna change every single thing what we did so far. Right now, the only thing what we do is choose the lower time frame. Even the 4 hour is still fine if you're gonna hold this price action. If you're gonna even go a little bit lower, it's all fine. Till we're not gonna close anything below the 93. That's literally the line in the sand for me. Coming lower, you can play this on 3 different ways, I guess. If you want to look for it, then definitely this is the bullish one, the most bullish one. Come back, retest, or even hold the price action that we are right now, right? Something in this between, because even then technically you're gonna see the super fib, right, somewhere over here. Yeah, perfect. Bounce from it, it's all fine. This is the most bullish price action what you want to see, and for the continuation, go higher, right? Anything in closing below, you come back and then you start to fail. Also bearish backtest. That's what you want to see if you want to see the price going lower. To test the 85 kind of the price action where we've been, because there is not much in between to go by, because when we're gonna close below 93, then I mean we might see small stop over here and then small continuation just because of this small range. But anyway, so nothing in between to hold us, so we will go straight to 85. That's the only thing. But then eventually what you can have as well is the range, what we talk about, and technically a range are used to farm any kind of liquidity on the both sides and then grab them. So what you want to see is hold this, of course, right? Then you have small up continuation, then another one lower and higher, and then something like that. Same as we did over here, right? You have the high, you have the low, and then small range in between, and you have a pop holding the floor, right? So same over here, you hold the floor, right? So you're gonna see mid-range, first the high, then the mid-range, and then you have a pop, right? If you see something like this, then yeah, definitely continuation. So far, still it is continuation. We have a small pullback, holding 93. It's all fine and dandy. Closing anything below, then yes, definitely. Then I will watch for the price action to come even, yeah, somewhere around 86 as the highest price action, and then might come back in the previous range, and we will see how that forms. But so far, still good. We are retracing to the low of the range. All fine. Nothing scary about. There are no major moves. There's nothing like to worry about of anything. Just a small pullback. Same what we did over here. We might do the same price action. Even go around, range for a little bit, wick in the lower price action. Right, we still can wick into it, grab anything, come back, and you have a continuation. So there is nothing lost yet on the high time frame. To be honest, it's perfect range what we always do with the Bitcoin, and it always comes to the same price action. So far we make a new high, all fine, good. Now we need to hold the floor. By doing that, you need to hold this for any continuation. That's all. There's not much to say about that. Yes, lower time frame, we break some things, but that's just literally only lower time frame. Hello, Aroka. Hello. Glad that you could make it. So that's technically on 4 hour. We don't need to go even on a lower time frame just because that's not necessary. I won't mention this. We went into the bands. Was quite good actually, because that's always a sign for a small reversal, what we are doing right now. But we are starting to stack some orders above us. And I just saw glance on the order books and they start to move things around. Okay. So yeah, interesting. They might push it a little bit lower. That's fine. Till we're not gonna break anything to the downside. So yeah, if you see any kind of formation of these order books and bands that are getting that close to each other, it's a squeeze, definitely. And yeah, we might range it, squeeze a little bit more out, and then pop it one more time, right? So eventually this will be quite perfect. Pop it and then retrace, right, lower, because this is quite aggressive resistance what we're gonna be here, and then you have a continuation, right? This price action I would not mind. That would be really good. So yeah, short the 106 and long the shit out of it on 85 around, if you're gonna come back that low. But yeah, let's see how that's gonna play out. So far this is kind of the play what I want to see for the next week. The hodl bot still didn't switch, still in the position barely, but let's see how it's gonna be closing today. If you're gonna go lower, then yeah, definitely you're gonna have a sell signal, so take it out of this. Then what I want to go by is the liquidity, what's really getting thicker and thicker by the day. And like I mentioned last week as well, you don't see any 150 X's getting filled over here since already when we came close to it, and that's 23 of April. Yeah, it's been a while. We didn't see anything stacked above us. That makes me kind of thinking that we might grab this first, that we will go higher, but eventually that don't need to happen. We still can go and wick into it, and then, like I said, come closer to the downside to grab the rest of it. All positive, but eventually I like to look at those 150 X's when they are get filled every single daily close. And by the looks like, I mean, everything's stuck to the downside, not to the upside. Yeah, that means it's not maybe appealing for them to go higher. Who knows? 4 hour oscillator, it start to cool off quite a bit, so we might see any bounce back from the 100 axis and 50 axis over here, and from the point of interest what we have on the 95 price action. So we might see any bounce from it. If not, we might even carry on lower. Oh, let me put some music because my headphones switched off. We might go a little bit lower to grab more. I guess no, it's fine. So that said, we are start to go even with the large caps and alts and shitcoins a little bit lower on the money flow index. So any kind of one of those will pop up, then the rest will carry on as well if the money start to flow in. So far, weekend stable goes. Quite a lot of people are on the side. Either way, 20% in large cap, still good. Interesting thing to mention as well is the volume since April, beginning of April, the volume is really, really low. Even with those moves to the upside what we had, right? You can see we didn't even go higher than the previous volume in the I don't think now you can hear it. Anyway, what I want to say is the volume been really low. Even with those spikes, with the moves what we had, it really good ones, the volume wasn't there like it used to be. So there is still much more to come. And that's why I'm a little bit leaning as well to the side that we might go lower, grab everything, and then all of the volume will be going to the upside together with the price action, because then you will have a significant aggressive move and really strong one as well. And to gain the resistance on the 150 of 105k, 150k, that's not really on the table yet, but 105k. So that's kind of my idea of seeing how the market might be moving from now. And technically, when you see this, right, low volume, price high, it's a really deviation move. So yeah, anything can change in a couple days or a week even. So far, yeah, I'm a little bit on the side that we might go a little bit lower. Just because on the 4 hour, on the daily, we see the reactive entries and reversals already on it. So the oscillator starts to get like a little bit overheated. I mean, it's already overheated, and it starts to phase to the downside a little bit with the money inflow. So yeah, it feels like we might go lower. Still, price actions comes first. We didn't break anything significant to have a confirmation that we will go. So that might even take 1 day or 2 days to see anything changing in that perspective. So let's keep in mind open about any kind of price action from tomorrow on, just because it can be volatile as well. It's Monday, weekly open. You know how that goes, right? Then tomorrow, I guess. No. Yeah, 5th of May. Not really interesting numbers. Fed. Oh my god, I didn't see that one. All right, so the 7th, it's gonna be interesting. Unfortunately, we have another conference, so that might be volatile. Be careful with it. Just keep in mind, price action might go up and down. Like if you remember this volatile move, right? This volatile move as well, that was been quite conference as well, or any kind of Fed conference. So yeah, it might go both ways. On you, be careful with it. And as well on the capital flow index on the daily with the ecosystem, I like to have it as well. You can see that still, and USDT is still growing quite heavily. So people are getting a little bit on the side. USDC, it's not that heavy. I mean, I'm not sure if a lot of people are using it or not, but USDT is still favorite so far, and that's what I'm going by. I don't care a little bit about the USDC. And BTC 20%, it's okay, can be more. We are still high, so any kind of movement to the downside means that people are going out of the BTC, and we might see any change to the alts, memes, meme coins, or whatever, or even in a stable. So it's quite interesting to keep this as yeah, point of interest, or just like what the money is going through. It's interesting for me, for example, not for everyone, but let's see. What I want to go by now are the swing points. my favorite precious swing points. So far we didn't reach the 98, like I mentioned, so it shows quite a weakness in my opinion if you're not coming close to it, right? And you start to turn around already. Right now, we're getting back into the... no, we are not yet back into it. We are on the top of 4-hour highest swing. So if you're gonna go lower than 95.4, then we're going back into the range, and we might hold it for a while before we're gonna pop to the up or downside. That's quite interesting. Right now we are trading above the range, so that's quite good. Holding this, we might see that we gonna go higher and take out the 98k. And then if you're gonna hold that, then definitely 100k is on the table, just because it's a combination of the daily and the 4-hour swing. So that's quite strong one as well to gain it. And right now we are kind of flirting with this 6 months of volume. We are literally, we had a nice move, we gained it, and we start failing it. And literally, like, if you look back, perfectly even back tested, so bearish back tested. So right now we are still grinding to the downside, and this price action is quite perfect if you look at the candle formation. So we literally are closing below any kind of move. So yeah, it's interesting how they keep the price action in the weekend. Yeah, like, there's not much to mention on the swing points technically, just because we didn't change anything and we didn't gain anything significant. So far, I'm still holding this range as point of interest and the 98. Like I said, what I want to see right now or from today for the next week is, I mean, significant this move, right? Going higher. This is going to be the most bullish one. If you're gonna keep the top of this move of this range as support, right? So that's gonna be really bullish, and you still can trade it as upside. So that's one. Secondary, I mean, I would not mind to have any range, right? And then pop it to the upside, not to fail it anything, but just pop it to the upside, gain it like we used to do it over here, this range. I know this one for some people was a little bit weird, and some people got caught off guard on it. But it just, when you look at the close of the body, then it's quite obvious. By that said, just do this, right? The thing is, like, yes, we didn't technically on the lower time frame, we did the higher highs, but we didn't gain this. But what most important is that this, and first thing first, this is your low and this is your second low, and over here, right, this was already the move what we will pop up from it. And like I was mentioning, it was quite a squeeze. So to make it easy on your eyes, take out the wicks, and then you might see the whole structure on it, and then you might recognize then that we will go higher, right? We didn't break anything to the downside, and to the upside, we did technically break the structure on the lower time frame. And I know that if you have the wicks on, it might look a little bit weird or different, but yeah, it is what it is. The structure was there, and that's the most important thing to go by. There is nothing else, because if you gonna do a fine TA on it, that means we hold that to the T, literally, right? So yes, we wicked into it. Technically, we test that one. So anything that you break out from it, that means that was the risky move. If we start to close anything below this price action, we will go straight to 79 because there's nothing else that holds us, because everything else been tested already on the wicks. So that was already the twist about this price action over here. That caught people off guard, some of them. Anyway, back to the price action what we are right now. That's why I want to say, if you're gonna do the same move, right? So I mean, yeah, technically this is a 4-hour. We test over here. We've been testing everything. The last results what we still have, like I was mentioning, 92.2. It's the 9 in the sand. We can't close anything below that, otherwise the downside is in so far. So you don't want to see anything like this coming back and then you have a continuation, right? You don't, because the most important one are this price action, holding 95, then you have continuation, going back into the range. It's nothing major, it's still fine till you're not gonna break anything to the downside, right? Holding the range that we used to do, it's all fine. We still can go higher. If not, then we might have a breakout from it. That can happen as well. We don't want that, but it is what it is. Market doesn't give a shit what we want. It does its own things. And I would like to see one of those, technically two, the blue, what I have with the blue? The gray, curva, the green and the purple I want to play out to have any continuation. Does that make any sense, guys? Do you agree? Yeah, that was the support by a draw. That's fine. We don't need that one anymore. We don't need this. We don't need this. Oh, technically I was doing that. I forgot I did it last week or last time. See, so the yellow one technically play out, right? We had the pop out. We came back right now, and now you want to see the range forming and then continuation. Any breakout from it, like I was drawing last week, I guess. See, the same thing, a little bit lower or higher, whatever. But the yellow played out quite nicely, actually. Didn't go that high that I was thinking. I want the only thing what I wanna see over here is going and close anything above it, and then come back, and then you have a continuation. Blah blah. You know how it works. But yeah, so far it's quite nice actually how it goes, and let's see. Back in the day. Yes, that's true. Yeah, it was really forgiving. Still is. Kind of. I used to trade it a couple while ago, but yeah, I will go buy some alts. Litecoin, it's there on the list as well. But anyway, guys, just to wrap it up for Bitcoin. Still, it's weekend. Monday open, it's always a significant move, and always it's a really significant hold of the price action. That means it depends how the week's gonna go, in my opinion. That's why you want to see holding even this structure, right, as support. If not, then coming back in the range and holding that, grinding a little bit and hold that. Remember, we will have volatile day on the 7th of May, right? So in 2 days, yes, in 2 days, 3 days, sorry, in 3 days, that's Wednesday, I guess. Yes, it's Wednesday. So remember, we're gonna have a volatile day on that day, and things might go wild, so keep that in mind. But the thing is, what you want is hold this, go higher, that's all fine. Range, go higher, break out from the range, from the technically close anything below 94 or lower, then you might see any weakness, right? That's literally the mid of the range. This is your kind of like indicator, like if we might close below the 92, if not, if you go literally lower and we start to come close to 92, right? So far, technically, if you want to go by Stubefips, then all fine. Then this is your area to maybe ladder into your longs and have a nice swing from it. And that's kind of like plays out as well with my theory of going a little bit sideways on the range. So come close to 94, right? So this price action, and then you have a bounce back. So that's gonna be all good. Technically, I would like to see that as well. But yeah, closing anything below 92, then that's gonna be over. You might see a pullback, right? Like we always do, pull back to it and then fail, right? Create a new low, and that's it. Because so far we didn't do it, so there's no sign that we go lower. But you never know how it goes, especially with the volatile days, right? Okay, so all clear on the BT. Then let's go buy some alts. Oh boy, that's a good one. Okay, it starts to play quite perfectly on Sui, on S. Sorry, it's not Sui. That's a really nice one. And still bullish, right? So this played out, that's all fine. What you're gonna have it, you go for the next one. And there it is. Hope people took profit on it. I know my students did. I was mentioning it. It was technically to the T. Oh yeah, come back and you have a still continuation. Nothing changed. You still going higher. Right? Starts failing, and that's the key. Close anything below the 0.48, and that's technically a little bit risky because you are getting into the pocket. So you really need to have the bounce straight from it by the first touch and go higher. If not, you're gonna fuck around over here, start closing below, then you go lower. And by that means you go to 0.5 for the lowest test, and then you might start breaking things, right? If you see anything doing like this, right, break anything, close anything below here or here, you come back and you have a, right? So, okay, that's one objective. That was a really tricky one because, like, we came into resistance. We've been kind of fucking around over here and we popped it again. We had a new high on it with a higher close, and we right now, literally from that area, we are start to close below this area. So a weird price action. I'm not really used to it from Injective, but the thing is, I don't know if they have any kind of like insiders or whatever, but they hold this price action a little bit too perfect while Bitcoin and everything else was going higher. So I don't know if they preparing the setup to go lower and to get over with that, or holding the price action, because like I said, still in the resistance, still making a higher high, but from the new high, you broke the whole structure straight, technically. Right now, you are breaking the structure on the high time frame, on 4 hour, right? Sorry, on 4 hour you're breaking. Daily, close daily right now here, same thing, right? We start breaking the previous daily already. So then definitely 8.5 is on the line, or a little bit lower even, because this is your previous low, right? So that might play out, even go lower and then bounce back from it. But then it depends as well what Bitcoin is gonna do. Looking at this, it might even be precursor that we might go lower on the Bitcoin. That might, because still technically Injective, how much I love it, right? We didn't break out from it. Didn't break the structure to the upside yet. And if you're gonna turn around right now and break anything to the lower than the 0.5, yeah, that might be a little bit worry for Injective. But still, let's see how it is. Nothing is still from the table. We still can hold it. We still can carry on to the upside. We still can do this move, right? It's still possible. Going lower than, yeah, technically this, you still have one more last resort, or around 6.5 or 6.6 price action. That's all fine, but losing this, then fucking I don't want to see going lower than that. But yeah, I will keep an eye on that one because I'm still trading it both ways. Then hype. This doesn't play out anymore. Back. Hype is going strong. I want to see daily first. Okay, hype is still going strong on the daily. Technically, we broke the structure already on this move, so that's good. Unfortunately, it can be a fake out, and we can go lower, right? But there is nothing lost yet if we're not gonna go lower than 19 bucks, in my opinion. Yes, there is some price action below of in between that move, but still on the daily, I want to see closing anything below 90 bucks, then we might see anything lower price action. Why? Because even if we did this move, we still can do it again over here and have a bounce up, right? We still can do it. And it's still possible because we have a higher close, even we have a higher high on it on the wick. So it's all positive on hype. Yes, retracements is possible to do this and then go higher for 24 or 5 bucks, right? That would be awesome. That would be really cool. So longing this, it's not a bad idea actually. So that's the whole thing what I'm looking for. Same as Bitcoin, we're coming back into the top of the range, previous range. So that's going to be your support, right? So it's still fine. Even if you're going to break anything on the 4 hours still here, we still can hold this and do this kind of move, right? I'm on that side a little bit as well, because if you look on the oscillators as well, if you want to help you with that, you will come lower, and you turn around, right? It makes sense if you look at this in this perspective. So that's why I'm kind of looking at 90 bucks. Anything break out from the 90 bucks and close anything below it, then yes, we might see lower price action. And then you might see even the 16 bucks or 15 bucks, the next step off or the next support. But so far, even if you break right now, that's all fine. Nothing worry about it. Hold 19 bucks. That's what you want to see, and that's what you want to have. Now, SUI. The one what did really ballistic move, and it's really awesome one. Over here, it's a little bit so yeah, we gain this price action, that's good, right? And we literally was struggling with this one, and that's nothing to worry about. We still gained shitloads of things to the up movement in one go, so that's good. You clearly saw the sell-off from it on the wicks, and this was the perfect short as well, literally. I think Zeus took it as well. I didn't bother because I'm not trading Zeus that much, but it's still good. If you're gonna have a retracement, that's fine, or a pullback, whatever, that's all good. If you're gonna come closer to 2.7, that might be as well a good step off and nice bounce to go higher. If not, nothing to worry about yet, because we still can do even lower price action on around the 2.2, and then you have the mega stupid flip on the daily. So there it is. I will hold that one as the lower price action, and definitely long the shit out of it. So yeah, that's on SUI. Not much to say about that one. Solana, that's quite interesting as well. I don't say it's good, it was significant. So the thing is, like I said, you going back on SUI, what you did, we gain all of this, right? All of this price action that we gain. This was the next one what we should gain, right? To go higher, because that's the next higher swing, right? To gain, to go higher to the next one, right? And the next one. It's like a steps, right? You playing like a steps. So the thing is, like when you see me drawing the line, right? So this is your highest swing on the daily, right? And what do we do on the daily? You just look at the candles formation. What does this say to you? The first candle what you had, right? You came in and you closed below. All fine. Still not really shortable. But then the next one, the third one, the fourth one, bigger one even, we make the high, but we closing below this line constantly. That means the price been pushed from the sell walls to the downside constantly, right? If you see this in kind of formation of the wicks and they are closing perfectly below the line, I mean, it's a sell-off. It's a significant sell-off. Then you have 1, 2, and this is the third confirmation that we're going lower, because we still didn't go and break out of this level, 3.5, and look at the wicks, how quick and how big they they got back into the level below, and it's easy. It was an easy short on the daily, right? If you look at that one. But then on the 4 hour, when you look, same thing. Yes, you don't have the wicks on it, but still the formation of the structure, right? What do we do? Previous high, and this is your higher high, right? All fine, good. Let me close all of this just to not make you confused. It's a liquidity grab. Yeah, you can call it as well with the wicks, but it's a sell-off. I'm calling it more like a sell-off, right? The price get pushed quite significant. So yeah. Okay, so what you do on the 4 hour if you want to go low in time frame. This was your previous high, right? That been gained by this candle. All good. And right now, what you doing? So you don't want to lose this price action, because from this high, you came to this low, and then from this low, you came over here. So this is your swing, right? You don't want to lose anything anymore below this, because you lose this, you go lower, right? Because there is not much to hold you then besides this price action. And what do? Look at that. We close, right? We came back, and fuck me, look at this. Right? Makes sense? Technically, this is bearish backtest of the swing. Because why is it bearish? Because you close below your previous low of the swing, and you did a lower low already from this swing, right? So the price, the structure been broken, and now you have a pullback. What's happening with the pullback? Pullback, not pullback, but retest. You come up always, and you have a bearish backtest of this swing. And look how what kind of short you could have, even if you do it like this. Fuck it. 4.4 or above the swing, 2.5. Perfect. Make sense? That's why I said the structure is the key. The price action with the structure is the key, because knowing that this is your low, this is your new high, you trade in between. What do? You need to close above this to hold the price action, go higher, and close above your previous swing, right? To go high. What do? This is your low, especially low structure and low on the wick. What do we do over here? Close below, went lower on the wick, come back, retest, bearish retest, and there he is. That's the basic of the trading. Nothing specific. Nothing like extreme overbought or something. This is the most basic of the basics. And right now we still can carry on, even if you have like trend change or whatever. But yeah, now you holding this or coming lower pricing to this, right? We might see a bounce from it. Might. If not, then we will carry on lower to this price action. Yes, it is on the bottom, but still it doesn't mean that we still can carry on, because the higher time frame have more pressure than the lower time frame, right? And what do we do on the higher time frame? Right? If you look at the daily, still facing the downside, right? Yes, that might change as well when you lower time frame push lower of higher, but even then, there is no positivity inflow on it. Even RSI can go lower, a little bit lower. And still, if you have this price action, that doesn't mean, right, that we can not have like a pullback or whatever. For example, if you do this, you think about this, right? Still went lower. It's still possible. So that's why I say keep in mind on the lower time frame, if we start changing anything, and by that means, right now on the lower time frame, you need to gain this. Gain this, because this is your previous swing on the lower time frame to go lower. And if you start gaining this on the lower time frame, come back, and you form this price action, then you go higher. And by that mean you go on 1 hour even to look at it, right? If you start changing this, then you change the structure. It's change of character and break of structure. So you change the character. Now you're going to the downside. You only make lower lows and lower highs, right? And changing that means you need to gain this price action. So you're going up, close anything above it, coming down, make lower high, and you have a continuation. So far, if not, then you have a continuation to the downside. Make sense? That's why, even if you need to guys understand, don't go by one time frame only. Because yes, you say 4 hour maybe bottom, that's fine. But then on the lower time frame, you need to gain something to go higher. So you go to the lower time frame and you watch and look for something that we need to gain, something significant. And what's something significant? It's already your first swing, right? This is your first swing to gain on the lower time frame. Till we're not gonna do that, then you still carry on to the downside, right? And that means it's still correlated to the high time frame on the daily. It might go lower, right? Okay, let me clean up this a little bit for the, yeah, that's fine. AVAX is a little bit disappointing on the higher time frame, guys. Don't get me wrong. Don't shoot me already. Still struggling to gain any significant move from here, any high from here, and right now we turn around and we have quite a sell-off. This is like literally, like Viking says, pooping off the cliff a little bit. But there is not much lost yet till we're not gonna fail the 15 bucks, right? Still the same price action, we can hold it. There, even if it's, I hate this. So even if it's not a perfect stupid flip, you still have a land in the sand that you don't want to lose this, right? This is not a stupid flip, I know. We didn't break anything to the upside, but to hold or to gain anything, you need to have this bounce, to have a turnaround, and then you have a change of character. And technically, if you're gonna do that on AVAX, you have a perfect round bottom, right? That would be awesome to see on AVAX. So far, we are losing the high, and we're going back into the range. And like I said, this is a range, and this will be a range till we're not gonna break out from here like that. Right? Makes sense? What is a perfect stupid flip? I will explain a perfect stupid flip if I'm gonna see any on the chart. If not, I'm gonna draw it. Give me a second. I just want to go buy those coins for a quick. Tia, I'm not even bothered about that one. I'm sorry, but this is already no, wrong. So doing this, I know I hate this. It's not even perfect trend line. I don't care. Break this line and I might look at it in positivity and to going higher. So far, I'm fucking failing it constantly. And right now, and it's gonna be horrible if we break, oh sorry, if we close anything below 2.28. Close below it, then fuck me, you're going lower, definitely. Is it good to wait for change of character? Yeah, it's always good to wait. You need to wait for a change of character to have any direction. If you don't have the change of character, you trading against the trade, right? I will explain that together with the perfect flip pool in a second. Okay, I'm almost gone with my done with my list. Grass. Still same, like I was mentioning it was a resistance and we hit it twice perfectly. You see that sell-off, that's resistance quite heavy, that the sell-off was really strong. Even the second attempt of it, we came back, and right now we are going back into the low of the range. Even we broke the low of the range already, just because that was the low that we needed to hold. We broke it, and now we are facing it to go and see if we're gonna hold 1.2. That's all what you need. And even then you can build up a bigger range, right? Coming back into it and then start to gain this price action even, right? You need to gain this to go higher. And then you might see something like this. I know this is weird, but it makes sense to facing to this price action. All right, Filecoin, the fucking king of the meme coins. Like, boys, you can't have it perfect way like this. Why? Because the thing is, like, okay, we didn't maybe get like always the same and perfect entry, but this is literally the top trading of swing points. You can make it better than that. Even if it's meme coin, it's perfectly agreeing with the rules of swings. So to be honest with you guys, we got into the resistance what I was mentioning, and even better, we gained that resistance on the high time frame. So we gained that. It's still positive to trade it to the upside. Even if this is way too overheated, it's still going higher, and it will. We didn't break anything. So this might do another leg up, right? It's still possible, and it even might do it because it doesn't give a shit. Because because then the only thing what you have of the next resistance is 2.1. And that's going to be the bigger resistance. That's as well the stupid fib, right? So that might have any significant move from it, and as well pullback or whatever what you want to see. Maybe then you're gonna start break the structure and go lower and then have another swing. That might, you don't know that yet. Still, the only thing what we know right now, we didn't break anything to the lower side on the daily, because then you really need to break this to go lower, and it might even hold you even if you break it. Why? Because we have a perfect support structure below us. So till you're not gonna come back to the price action below 0.9, and there is nothing lost. And there's always a good moment to long this, just because it's a fucking on steroids, and boy oh boy, this moves like a crazy. And look at that perfect pullback. Like, this is so accurate and perfection in one. Technically, you didn't even come close to it, so aggressive is it. Okay. ETH, and that's the last one. That's the second king of the memes, but more on the negative side from it. Yeah, fucking hell, I don't know. It's... Let me have a look on the daily. Yeah, so that's the thing with ETH. Like, you really want to go and see if you can gain this. So far, it's struggling already, right? Yes, RSI can go higher, but our wave master, look, when we've been there as well, like, keep in mind, like, history is the king as well, right? Like, over here on oscillator, we on the 31 or 35, let's say, look when we've been there. It's been when we had the biggest move on the ETH, right? Over here on the oscillator on the daily, we've been that high, right? And right now we are trading, fuck me, 56% lower qua price action, and on the oscillator we are already that high again. In my eyes, it doesn't show any kind of positivity yet, but that might change only when we start gaining the 1.900k. That is the only flip what you want to see to go higher, because then and only then you can start to take out of the 2k price action. So far we don't do it. And guys, I'm not making this up. Like, if you turn this out, this will be like fucking perfect price action to go higher, right? The bullish price action, but it isn't, because we are trading into the downside. And how many times we're gonna do this? Come up, fail, come up, fail, come up, and again and again. And fucking what we're gonna do now? Oh, right? This is the fucking most bullshit thing ever what ETH is doing right now, and it might change. You fucking never know what this weirdo is gonna do about it. But so far, it doesn't give you any positivity. Why? Because we didn't gain anything. Like, if you go only by that, what the fuck did we gain from it? Nothing yet, right? So does it give you a sign that we might go higher? Not yet. Definitely not on a fucking high time frame, right? So far, yeah, we turn around, but we still need to gain anything. Even on the boys, on the weekly, it's even worse. Why? Because on the weekly, you need to gain 2K level to go higher. And yeah, so far, I mean, I don't see any reactive entries or whatever on it. So that's the whole issue with it. And we barely even hold it. That's the only positive about it, that we hold this level. Barely. But we hold it. Like, with struggles, I can say. But I mean, come on. Right? Any kind of pullback, right? It's okay. Yes, we can have it. And the only thing what's gonna hold you is and try to go higher or in the range for the long time frame. I don't care. It's 1.55. Hold this level, and then you might think about it to range the shit out of it, and then struggle to go higher, right? If you see this, then it's fine. Then we will recover, but that's gonna take some time as well for it. But so far, I mean, you are gambling only if you're gonna long this right now, because same if you long this, you could long this, you could long this, and this price action, and look how it turned around, right? So it doesn't give me a positive vibe over it. And I mean by that, by vibe, I mean the structure and the price action is shit, and it is shit. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it just because of the fuck's sake. No, I'm honest with you. And yes, I'm gonna change my mind about ETH if we're gonna start trading above 2K. Flip that, then you're fine. Then it's finally time to long the shit out of any kind of pullbacks, of any kind of retracements. Then you long the shit out of it. But so far, I'm sorry, but it doesn't look good. Still, this kind of price action as well, like not even massive moves. You didn't even come close to 1.909. I mean, and I'm stretching this because this is not a swing point, right? You should be, this is your swing point, previous swing from the high. So I'm stretching it, and I'm giving like a little bit more room to run, but it is what it is. I'm sorry. We stop selling when people stop complaining. I'm part of the problem, dude. Yeah, I'm part of the problem. That's true. I'm part of the bigger problems, but that's true. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, Vitalik said that. Yeah, they're gonna stop selling when people stop complaining. But that's such a fucking bullshit. Like, come on, like, how fucking dare you saying that? Like, he says already in your face, like, they gonna continue selling it. They don't care. Like, yeah, it's crazy, man. There you have it. Like, they're gonna fucking keep selling the shit out of it. And by the look of it, they fucking did it already, the most of it. Yeah, yeah, that's fucked up, man. When he said that, that's really fucked up. So now you said he spit literally in your face, guys, in like in the people who are holding it or traded in or whatever. Like, how fucked up you can be to say something like that, even. I I don't get it. Like, that this didn't fucking dump. I'm really like surprised even after this post. But yeah, it is what it is. He need to do whatever he wants. Yeah, you don't say that kind of shit about your own project, coin, platform, whatever, because that's not how it works. Yes, people can complain, whatever, but that doesn't fucking change anything. Like, oh, mass syndrome. Yeah, definitely, definitely. He's not the popular guy anymore, or whatever. So yeah, but then there you have it. Like, even the fucking owner says he will keep dumping the shit out of it. So short it. The perfect example is short the shit out of it so many times. Like, that's the only thing what I can say about ETH. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna be literally. I'm not gonna be positive about it till we're not gonna gain 2K. that might and will change my mind definitely. And I'm honest with it. Like, if you want to long the shit out of it right now, be my guest. Do it. Have fun. Okay, that's all on the alts. Now I'm gonna come back to Firecoin because that one is a good example for the guys that ask about the perfect stupid fib. Good to wait. Yes. So Orca and Prabhu. I'm gonna show you right now a perfect stupid fib. Okay, don't mind the body close right now because it's on the daily, but I mean, you know what? Ah, fuck it, I can do it over here as well. So a perfect fib, for example, right now, we are going to pull it to the upside. So bullish super fib. How do you recognize that one and how do you pull it perfectly? It's technically really simple if you know how the structure of the price action is built. And when you gain, break, or fail something, right? But that means you follow the price action, right? So from here, what do? We come back up right here, right? This is the move. This is your swing. You don't care about the bodies over here. This is your swing. You wait till that swing gonna give you confirmation that this is the high. When does it do it, guys? When the price action is coming down, right? And we hold it. That means, I mean, you hold this, right? So it's perfect still, but then you hold this price action, right? This is your new high from this swing. This is a swing, right? From this low to this high, this is the swing. So this is your new high. Then what do, right? So far, you create a new low, right? So this is your new low from this swing. Because right now, I mean, you couldn't know it when you're gonna be here. The only thing when you know it, when you start to gain something. And that means by this you start to gain something. So you don't wait, you don't short this, because yes, technically it might be a good small scalp short, but you don't do that because you still didn't lose anything. But that means you didn't lose the fully structure to the downside to have a bearish short on it. So then technically what you do from this low, this is your next higher swing, right? So this you high, this you higher high, this you low. Yes? Can we agree on that? It's a meme of a meme coin. Sorry, I'm sorry for that. It's an altcoin, so it's on steroids, so it behaves a little bit aggressive on it. But then forget about this right now, just for sake. So if this is your high, previous high, this is your low, not the lowest low, but low, and this is your new higher high, what do? From this low and this high, you pull the fib. Why? Because this is your structure to the upside. You go with the trend. This is your trend. You didn't break the trend yet. So, but that means you pull the fib from the low to the high. And this is your point that you want to start to ladder in or go into the long, right? And eventually, depends on your risk and management, you keep the 1 or 1.15 as your invalidation. Why? Why is this as an invalidation? Because going inside the pocket, that's 1, that's fine. And going higher, it's perfect, right? But going and laddering inside and going lower than this swing point, right? So this swing, and you close anything below here already, still you have a chance to go higher, but you start to fail this structure. You start to change it, because then you have a chance that you're not gonna have a low, you're not gonna go higher as in bullish higher high, but you might do something like this, because you had a lower close below this structure, and then you have a bearish backtest and you have this. But so far as a bullish structure for the swing for the fibs, right? You care about this move to go higher, and this is the perfect structure to go higher and to pull your fibs from the low to the high is you bullish, from the high to the low is your bearish. It is considered high, but we went higher than that one. So you ask about this wick, why it's not considered high. It is considered high, right? Because from this low, we went higher than this structure, but we continue. We didn't come close to the low to create a new low from it. I mean, technically it's this to the swing point, and we create another one higher than that. So that confirmed that it's quite a bullish structure, right? And right now we are coming back and to the lows of it, and you technically going higher. And it not even may come close on alts. Most of the times you see that, like right now, right? You don't see it coming lower. I mean, technically even you can pull it from here, right? So you had this bottom from it if you're going on a lower time frame, but I mean, for fuck's sake, on 4 hour, right? Front run it, and technically they didn't come close to it because it's so aggressive. It's so on steroids that it's still pushed to the upside, even not coming lower than that price action. So that's the bullish one, right? But then the bearish one, right? So you have, let's say, you come up, this you high, this you low, this you high. You come up, you go lower, and then you start doing this. You failing the first swing, right? So this you swing, and you pulling it, right? That's something like this. When you start, wait, I'm doing it wrong. Just to make it easier on you guys. This new high, you come back, right? And you start failing this, another one, and then, right? So you see this formation to the downside, you start failing it, then you can pull from the second one already, and you have the perfect bearish formation because you broke this structure and this structure, right? Still, if you come from the lowers, and this your previous high, you didn't break anything above this high, then you still means that this is your bearish structure, right? Gain this, then you change your structure, and by changing that, you mean you fail, you get stopped out, and you come back, and then you're changing, but then you're pulling it differently. You start to pulling from the low to the upside. See, I even draw it perfectly. It depends on which time frame you're doing it. If you're doing on a really low time frame, then you need to be quick with it. If you're doing a little bit on the high time frame, then yeah, it takes some days to play out maybe. Would you put the order at so by laddering in, people forget about that, what that means. So laddering in, it doesn't mean only that you have like shitloads of orders placed, right? And you are happy to take out some of them. By laddering in, you mean the thing is what you need to understand. You need to form something like this. It's a triangle of orders, right? So by that means you need to do something like this. You start from this position, it's the lowest amount what you put it in, to the most highest amount. That means ladder in. Why? Because you need to push your entry, which is over here. That entry you need to push with your price or with your orders still lower. Because what you're creating then is tight stop loss on it. Right? So if you're gonna do something like this and forget about the numbers, because it's an alt, but it's just for the fact's sake. So when you start doing this, for example, right? So technically this is like 20% risk management on the entry over here on the top. Then you add another one. So you need to make the next one order higher than your previous one to push your price to entry lower. And you do that by the next one, by the next one, by the next one, by the next one, till you stop loss get tighter. That means your risk and management get better on it. you don't lose that much when you're gonna enter over here, and you keep your stop loss at that percentage, right? So you make it tighter. That's what you mean with laddering in, and that's what you want to do it with laddering. It's not only like putting shitloads of orders and be happy that all get hit. Still, because you can get wrecked, not really wrecked, but still the price action, especially on the alts, can be volatile, right? And it can do something like this. This, or sorry, this is a little bit too heavy. Can do this, and it can do that afterwards. And that's why as well, like what Sue says, you need to have a room a little bit lower or higher, depends how you pull it, from your 1.1 to give the room for some coins to run. Like Bitcoin doesn't need to have that because it doesn't do that kind of volatile movements. But alts, they are, especially alts, they do that moves just to grab as much as possible of liquidity to have a higher movement to the upside, right? So that's why you see on alts a lot of wicks, quite high wicks as well, that they go higher than they should go. Why? They grab the liquidity. They need that to go higher or lower. Yeah, see, that's why people don't realize and don't know that. Laddering doesn't mean only like, yeah, shitloads of orders. There is a reason why you do that, and there is a specific strategy about it. So the triangle one, that's the thing what most people use it. Why? Because not only you putting more money into the trade, but you make sure that your entry with your stop loss getting tighter, right? So that's the most important. Make that as tight as possible, right? And so close as possible to not to lose that much. Even you get stopped out, fine, because of the laddering in, your stop loss is that tight, it's fine that you're gonna lose out on it because it's not that horrible amount or that much amount what you know get like crazy or wrecked or whatever or liquidated about it. That's what it is about laddering in into the stew flips or into the any kind of position, right? Because even not on the leverage side but on the spots as well, right? There is a reason why people doing placing shitloads of orders right, like for example like this or whatever into the spots. It's not to buy as much as possible, but to have as lower as possible entry, right? To ladder in, it makes this on the spot. It's the most common thing to do, because then you push your entry as low as possible as well, because no one knows where is gonna be the bottom or something, or where the coin will turn around. But by laddering, you always gonna be covered as much as possible in your position. And then how lower your entry is, how greater the rewards are, right? Yeah. Makes sense? Cool. Cool. Happy that it makes sense. But yeah, the thing is, before you even start pulling any fibs, you need to understand the structure. Without it, you're gonna pull it wrong. And you always pull it from the wick to the wick. You need to understand structure. Without the structure, you don't understand price action, you don't understand the continuation or failure or gain of price action. That's the basic of the trading. There is nothing more basic than that. Deep. Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, I have it here. I guess I used to look at it. I see into the pocket. Okay. Deep on the daily. That move was crazy. Okay, so daily wise. you don't want kind of perfect. You see, you see how the swing points, those lines what I've always put in to give you an idea what you don't need to lose and what you want to gain. Those are technically already a swing points, right? So already putting this line on the daily on the lowest position what we've been closing, 0.17. I mean, look how perfectly it came into it and bounced back from it, right? Like, it's incredible how swing points are most accurate fucking indicators ever, or strategy to trade from. So daily wise, you had most perfectly bounced from the swing points. You holding it, continuation, you phasing higher. That's all fine. Losing 0.7, and it's fucked, right? Because then on the daily, this is the next important and interesting point of gain and go higher. If not, then this is your daily range, right? Then going back to 4 hour, even better, because right now you see the swings from the 4 hour and how it behaves. And like I was saying as well, you came into the swing, this you high, you came down, right? And you create a new higher high over here, right? So technically what you do when you see this move, bang. Is it correct? Make sense? Either into the swing point, like literally to the point, like you can have double confirmation as a swing points on a daily, and you have a fucking super fib as well. Like, how perfect do you want to have it? They give it to you on a silver platter, technically, right? This is it. Why? Why does it work like that? You ask. Like I said, you came in, big ass aggressive move, right? This is your high of that move. You have a retrace, what always happened after a move. Doesn't matter how or in which direction. It always have a pullback, retrace, however you want to call it, right? So you wait for the confirmation. Then this is your high. Then you wait for this to form. Like even on, fuck's sake, even on the lower time frame you had it, because this was your higher close, right? And look at this. Bang. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not pulling it. Bang. Look at that. Move of 52%. Oh boy. Perfect. Why, you said? Ask me again. Same, on the lower time frame. I'm gonna explain it even better. This is you high, right? You came in, this is you low, right? And then you look for the first gain, and you did it even twice, because this was technically your first gain, and you went for the second one. This is you high of this structure on the lower time frame. We're talking here about lower time frame than 1 hour, right? Remember that. So nothing says that we will go that high, but still coming from here to the top of this super fib for any failure or gain, it's 22%. So still it's a solid move, right? So then you wait for this high to form, right? You price is coming down, 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 and now we start forming some price action. You had the high, and now you said like, nice. Now I'm gonna follow the price action. You follow price action, it stops because it turned around on you. Say, okay, cool. On the next major pullback, coming into the pocket, you long the shit out of it till you're gonna break it. Right? Makes sense? Same on the 4 hour. Same shit. Oh, where the fuck are we? Now on the 4 hour, same shit. Same principles. Even exact the same even. But higher on the price action. Right? Same thing. High, you came down, you start to form any price action to the upside. Like I said, on the lower time frame, you could scalp the shit out of it. Then you had this move, and you keep following the price action. You keep following till it's gonna turn around, right? And when it's gonna turn around, you set your fib, and there it is. Even better because it came into the swing points of the daily even. You mark this as a daily, and boy, you couldn't have it even better. That's it. We broke this structure to the upside. So where do we go? We're not going lower. Why are we not gonna go lower? Because we're still holding this price action. Break this, right? Then you go lower. Are we breaking it? No. Right? Makes sense? What was the next one? Trend line. I see the trend lines. Ina. Why I wonder. It might sound so easy. Practice. Please don't say it sounds so easy. Practice. If you're practicing, it will work easy as well. But you need to practice. Don't only listen and watch. Just do it by yourself. Try it. If you start trying it and doing by yourself, it will work for yourself. Wait, all those lines. I don't remember pulling them anyway. So, Ina. Okay, that one is a little bit specific. Technically, right, on the higher time frame, we still in downtrade. Technically. But there is a little but. On a daily, we see some strength in it. Yes, we saw it before as well. So after forming this high, we came to this low and we didn't technically gain it, but it was some strength in it. But right now, so far, if this is your new high, you came down, right? You had one push off of the lower time frame structure, and we are holding it. So the only thing what gives you a perspective that it might have some strength into it, barely, but barely, we are holding this. Yes, we fucking hell, it didn't get on the magnet right. Why is this? Jesus, why is it so struggling with the magnet? TradingView is so shitty. Yeah, so this is confirmed us going lower. That's true. We broke the structure again to the lower side, but we still holding it on the wick. So this is you lower low, right? On the wick side. So that's the only reason that shows you the strength. Either that we gain this swing with this move, that's fine. But technically what you want to see is to gain this. This is literally your whole change of character of this move. When you do this, holding this structure, have any range, that's fine, creating higher highs and gain this. By gaining this and forming a new higher low, you have a continuation and you have a change. But that's only by that. Right? Right now, it's not really considered to go higher till we start to gain anything significant. And by that means this is your first significant move to gain. Anything lower than that, it's ranging. Fine, you can play that. You don't want to lose again 0.2, because if you start losing 0.2, it's over and you go lower. Because there is nothing else. Oh no, sorry. There is technically something else that you're gonna hold. Because you're holding this structure, that's fine. So then the next support is this. This your next support. So it's not over. I'm sorry, I'm taking my words back. But then you go lower to 0.22. Right? So far, you want to hold this as your low and create new highs and gaining 0.42. Then only then you might think about to go higher and finally maybe go to $1, because that's gonna be the next resistance on that one move. Make sense? Is that clear for you guys? Two green circles can be technically on the lower time frame. Yes, but that means we go lower than 1 hour, that time frame. But that time frame changed quite significant a lot through the days, right? You want this to be broken and to have this close, okay, to be stretched on 1 hour close. This will be fine, but you want it 4 hour or above to close anything above 0.42. Anything less than that, that means it's a range or failing. You want a strong close, and by that means strong close is on a high time frame to change it, because right now you're still in this structure, right? Technically. So you want to go higher than that. So yeah, you might do this on lower time frame, come back again, lower time frame, and on 4 hour finally you start trading above this, and then you have a round bottom again and you start to change your character. Right now you don't. Make sense, Prabhu? Do you get that idea of point of view? Cool. Cool. And still you daily is facing to the downside, you still going lower. Not really significant move that we might turn around. Even 4 hour, right? But then still 4 hour, we need to go and close higher to have significant move and hold this level. This is a really, really important level to hold on the daily. 0.27. And we are literally facing and getting close to it. Technically, yes, you have a stupid fib on the 4 hour, just because 4 hour close above this structure, and we are literally coming close, or we are already inside the stupid fib. So yes, we are getting close into it. We don't have any kind of reaction from it. You could technically take a scalp from it, but the thing is, if you don't have aggressive reaction from it from now, then you might even go a little bit lower, right? This might even go like this and then turn around, right? Because still breaking below this level, you change the structure. But you might ladder in if you find that fine. But that's only 4 hour, right? The daily looks a little bit different, but yeah, that's what you want. You want to trade from here above this price section and above this. So this is your price section what you want to trade, and then go higher, of course. So yeah, technically you have a nice long. I'm gonna keep this over here, just for reference for the next time somebody gonna mention it. Oh, cool. Nice. And that's good. And remember to take profits, right? On the way up. Then everything's gonna be fine. Okay, we have quite a squeeze. Still struggling. I just want to show you something, guys. I'm looking at it on a second monitor. They start to change. They start to pull it, right? They pull this and they rephrase. They move this around to the closer to the price action. That means two things. Or they want to be filled. That means they want to be filled and they want the price action go higher. Or they're gonna hold this wall and stack more to push the price lower, right? So keep in mind, seeing only this doesn't mean, oh, they pull, so we might go higher. We still have a wall. That means that they move these orders lower, definitely. You don't know that for sure. I'm thinking that they do it just because they stepped in more than it used to be, and they spread it more. This is quite way too perfect wall what they put it in. Most of the times those walls get pulled, but sometimes they are real and they can hold price action down, or they want to be filled to go higher. Just keep in mind that, right? I'm looking at that on the second monitor so you don't see it. So far, yeah, we are holding the previous range as support. Break this, go lower, and we might trade in the range, previous range. And the only thing what I want to see is holding is right now the 95.6 or 94.1. That's the most perfect one. Zeus came in with some chocolate. 70% cacao. That's nice. No sugar. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Damn, boy. Going healthy. Bro, this was tasty. Yeah, fucking expensive for sure. Yeah, nice. No soy, no gluten. Jesus. That this shit even exists in US. And what's the one below that, the blue box? Was that healthy as well? It doesn't look like. Pralines. Dark chocolate. How much is it? 60 gram of that dark chocolate. How much was it? Mrs. One, yeah. $4. Okay. It's not bad. Get back to human. Yeah. Nice. I think we have that brand here as well. I saw it somewhere in... yeah, okay, $4. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have that one over here as well. I saw it. I remember the logo of it, or the print. Yeah, I saw it somewhere there. Yeah, cool, nice. Fucking hell, now I want chocolate, bro. Anyhow, I think that's clear as well for what we said for Bitcoin and for some alts. Yeah, nice price action, nice pullback, and for sure there will be continuation to go higher to get to 100k. That would be nice. So far, start breaking anything, like I said, below the 94, there we might see the new lows of that swing or that range. If so not, holding anything below this, all fine. Touche, you want the one, I'm sorry. Yeah. I know I'm mentioning sometimes the food. Yeah, nice one. I'm gonna buy that one as well. Fuck it, next time. Tomorrow, I guess I'm gonna be in the city. Let's see. But you know, chocolate is not really like to have at home right now, because when the blondie's gonna see it, then that shit's gonna be gone in like a second. Oh, thank you very much. I hope it's gonna be helpful. If you have anything, guys, let me know. If you want to see anything. So far, I'm gonna end my recording. I will stay in the Discord chat for a while, hang out a little bit. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. And I will see you on the Wednesday. Oh, that's gonna be nice and volatile Wednesday as well. So yeah, that's gonna be nice to have a session later on. So yeah, happy trading, and I hope everybody's gonna be happy with the price action what's coming next weekend, or next week, I mean. Anyway, thank you very much. Love you. Peace, and see you on the flip side.